This is just how my hair is right now. Hey guys, it's Sam, and in this video I thought I'd go over the places where I find resources, references, textures, backgrounds, stock photos, brushes, and basically stuff that I use to make my art. Now before I get into it, I highly to like the utmost highly recommend you watch my videos covering Creative Commons and public domain. I'll have links to them in the description down below. If you don't know what Creative Commons or public domain is, even more necessary for you guys to go watch that video. As artists and creative types, it's our responsibility to know the legalities of what we can and cannot use and how we can use things. If Google Images is your go-to resource for stock photos or anything at all, please go watch those videos. Then after you're done watching those, you can come back here and I'll give you lots of good, safe places to get stuff from. And you'll also understand how to use the stuff that you get. Covered that. Good. Next thing. Most of all these resources I'll be listing will be available for free. That means you won't need to pay any money to get access to them. But don't exclude things where you have to pay for it, because sometimes you can find useful things in there or higher quality things. But for this list specifically, it's mostly just free. So for you guys who don't like spending money, you're welcome. Alright, so one of the first ways that you can get some free and easy resources and references is from yourself. And if I point to me, I should point to you. It is yourself. There we go. You in there, in the camera. Using a mirror or using a camera or using your phone, you can take a picture, or you can just, use the mirror and just copy from there. You can also have a friend or a family member stand in front of you and pose, or you can take a picture of them if it's like a particular difficult one to take a picture of yourself. So it's a great and easy way to get, those tricky hands or facial expression, or maybe some perspective. And in an extension of that, you can also, take your camera or your phone and go outside. I know it's scary, but sometimes there's useful things out there. But perhaps whenever you go out, even if it's just, for a grocery shopping trip or something, you can always stop for a second and take a picture. Maybe you find a particularly interesting car, or a building, or a trash can, or some trees. So just have your phone or camera with you wherever you go and just take some of your own reference photos. Along with that, there's also street drawing and plein air, which are kind of go hand in hand. You can take your sketchbook out and just kind of copy what you see. You can paint, you can sketch, you can use inks, you can do whatever. But you just carry around your sketchbook with you and just spend like 5 or 10 minutes even and just kind of sketch your environment around you. It doesn't have to be this gorgeous, crazy landscape with mountains and it's, I don't know, a sunset. It doesn't have to be like that. It can just be in the city, it can be an alley, it can be anything. It doesn't have to be something special. It can be whatever interests you. I have some additional tips on plein air specifically on my blog. You can check it out in the description if you'd like to learn more about some of what I've learned in my time of doing plein air. For those of us who don't like going outside that often, there are online options, thankfully, that can save us from that. Now, if you somehow haven't already heard, probably my most favorite go-to is Pixabay. And by the way, I'll have links to all these websites in the description. Pixabay just has some fantastic community contributed material. I use them all the time on my live streams when I'm doing paintings of landscapes, and they have some great figures and models. They have animals, they have textures, they have basically loads of stuff, and I highly recommend giving them a look-see. Most everything on there is CC0 licensed, so yes. Which, by the way, heads up, if you didn't already learn from my CC and PD videos, which you should have watched by now, you're definitely going to want to check and find licenses because they can vary from work to work, even when they're coming from the same content provider. Pixabay, by the way, has a mobile app that you can download for your phone. So that's Pixabay. Another one that I don't use that often but is available to you is Flickr, which I hear is making a rebound, so this is kind of coincidental timing. But you can also filter by CC licenses of various kinds on Flickr for references as well. Just additional bonus if you need a reference on the go. Deviantart is another one that I use pretty commonly. Unfortunately, they don't have a way to filter by CC license, so you'll have to check on each individual person's page and read through their rules and make sure that you're abiding by everything. And of course, if you have any questions, I definitely recommend contacting them because oftentimes they're very abiding and helpful and can get you all the information you need so you can create whatever you want to create. I also have my own stock account on DeviantArt. I do on Pixabay, but I don't really upload that much on there, but most of my stock photos go on DeviantArt, and I'll link to that in the description down below if you'd like to check it out. Most of it is landscapes and flowers and stuff like that, but I also have some textures and brushes and various things. You can just go look and see for yourself. I can't promise quality, but I can promise quantity. I take way too many stock photos. Another one is Google Images. Shocking, I know. There are ways to filter by CC licenses on Google Images. It's not the most perfect, but it works pretty well, and you always still want to double check on the website where you're grabbing the image from, just to make sure you're using things properly. Wiki Commons is also a popular one. Their licenses are thankfully very clearly displayed, so it's easy to find exactly what permissions you have for each photo. And they have a wide variety of content, and I believe they also have public domain images listed on there as well, so that makes it really nice if you're looking for public domain. Another option, if you want to go the more old school route, is books. Oh my god, these are all really heavy. I'm so weak. Oh, that was my workout for the day. You can support and check out your local libraries to see what array of options they have for books. You can do bookstores too, but you know, this is supposed to be a free list, but bookstores are an option. Same with used bookstores and possibly sometimes thrift stores, you might find something. Usually they're more about clothes, but you never know. But for libraries specifically, I do recommend not just going to the art section and checking out art-related books, but to go to any section. For example, if you're really interested in drawing cars, then go to the cars section and check out different photos of cars. You could probably also find factory photos where you can see more of the shell of the car being made, so you can kind of understand more of the anatomy of cars, so to speak. Or if you're interested in drawing aquatic life, then go to the animal section and look at various pictures there. Like, don't feel limited to just the art section. Like, try out various other sections. If you really like to draw people, but you're not so good at clothes, then try looking at fashion magazines or fashion history books. Basically what I'm saying is look around. It's the same thing, of course, with a bookstore. You know, don't just go to the art section, try out various other sections. And that's pretty much the gist. That's pretty much the majority of where I get my references from. The main ones I tend to always use are myself or Pixabay. Those are like my big two. If you guys have any go-tos for your references, be it any of these websites or any others, feel free to let me know in the comments down below which place is your favorite. Now, if you're looking for more excuses to use reference photos but don't exactly have the time and are looking to be challenged, then I recommend checking out 30minmun on Twitter, link in the description down below. Every Monday a new stock photo is posted and you have 30 minutes to make a drawing from it. I definitely recommend checking out. It's been a lot of fun, and seeing all of your guys' work has just been a blast. So if you'd like to participate or would like to see more information, you can check out the link in the description down below. And if you're also very bored, you can check out the other videos on my channel. I have too many of them. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, hope you found it helpful, and thanks so much for watching! Bye!